welcome back to Straight Talk. Continuing with membership, I guess, well, you had mentioned about participation before the break, and that's the one thing that I guess bugs me about almost everything that the MCK does with, in regards to like having these like sessions or info sessions or community meetings. And I guess as a young person, I know young people are not gonna want to necessarily go to these type of info sessions, and like it's not really appealing. And I guess like to your age group, like are yous going to the info sessions? Or like it's rumored that like the 3 that have been held so far have been like sparsely attended. So
you know, I think that I can't speak for anybody else, but for myself, I've been entrenched in it most of my life. And I've had some good sessions with some elder people, old elders in this community in regards to how that works. And for, you know, the last 18 plus years I was with the police, and then over 30 something years working for the community with the fire department, and that I've lived a lot of it and I've been part of it. So for me, no, I'm probably not going to go at all, you know. Now, let me ask you a question. Would you prefer that those sessions be taped and on Channel 4 and watch it? Would you watch it, or go to the sessions, or you wouldn't care at all?
I think I'd rather watch it, just because, well, personally for me, like I'm a busy person, and sometimes I can't make it to certain events, so it would be nice that I could watch it like at my own convenience. But at the same time, I think that the MCK or anyone like, you know, wanting these type of like events that need participation and that are like info related, they should kind of look to other means to inform community members. Like, I mean, I guess that's just from a young person's perspective again, but like, why not use the internet?
Well, I mean, I think people, it's valid to say use anything that is available as a means of conveying information. You know, on the other side of it, though, again, Mike talks about a saturation in a way of, you know, you asked the question, will we be going? And you know what, I think different people in the community have different kind of ideas for why they won't do something. For myself, I mean, I don't see that I'm going to go there when and I think a lot of people look at the fact that, you know, there was this long thing. We dealt with this. You know, this was supposed to be taken care of, and then it gets changed or whatever. You know, here's an example of something, and I'm not taking a position that I agree one way or the other about it, but just process, okay? Application of law. You say you write a law and you put it out there, and then we're going to follow this law. Well, this whole issue of evictions came up over a year ago. I asked the question at a community meeting, okay? So, well, according to the law, I mean, it exists, that they passed, that they put out into the community, struck an elders council on, says that if I begin to take up residence with, enter a relationship, common law or legal, with a non-native, then my rights as a community member are suspended. I'm supposed to leave according to that law. And in none of those cases did they ever apply that part of the law. And that's a huge question. You say, well, okay, and again, it's not whether I agree with that or not. It is the question. And I accept the fact that a lot of people say that's what's supposed to happen. Okay, this is supposed to be Mohawk land, whatever. You say there's a law. Well, what's the point of having a law if the people who pass the law aren't even going to follow the law and make a decision that, in my opinion, was purely political? And so a lot of the stuff that gets labeled as an apathy in the community it grows. It has its genesis and its birth in frustration with the process, and that's a very difficult thing that we're going to continue to wrestle with.
You know, and I guess it's more a generation thing, because, like I said, when you get my age and older, you're sort of entrenched in it, and for a long period of time. You know, it's just, if you look at it in the last 20 years, it's nothing's really happened. You know, there's been a lot of talk about something. I mean, obviously when Carl took the ball and ran with it and you know, and everything made the paper because of that, it's coming back, you know, and encompassing all the media right now. But prior to that, it was just talk. You know, it was lip service. This is what we want, this is what we want to do. This is the study that we're going to do and everything else like that. But now, because of, as a result of Carl taking that position on behalf of the Mohawk Council, then we're there. So what do we do now? I think that they're just trying to keep this alive and keep it going. You know, they even had mentioned at one of the band meetings that they didn't know what to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't know, how are we going to know? You know what I mean? They're supposed to, the community spoke by all the consultations that they had done for all those years, and a lot of good people worked on it, and a lot of effort and time was put into it, and I just think that they're trying to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is already there. It's a matter of what are they going to follow?
But I think
Who's
the
going to make that
overall
decision?
community's like opinion can change on the matter. I mean, it's not that long ago that they held these, but still within like a couple of years,
Yeah.
people's opinions can change.
So that's something that, you know, where are we going to go from here? We don't know. It's, I guess they want people to, they want more people to know what the history is of it. You know, the history is there if you want it. Obviously, they're making it a little more convenient for people to go, but if you're having low turnout, then maybe that's not the form for the media that you're doing it. Location, and we talked about that before, is still not a good location for a lot of people. And it's just the principle of things, and it has nothing to do, you know, with the building. It's the principle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something else. There's other forums. There's radio. I mean, the sessions can be taped and played on the radio. There's the internet. There's television. There's a lot of other forms. So if you want to get your message out,
Or even to like write a book on the history. I know
well,
that takes
you know
like
what?
a lot
There's a lot of
longer.
books out
I
there.
mean, and
The history is already out there.
But we have, I mean, you talk
Dr.
about
Alford had made,
documentary. Yeah.
had wrote a lot of books on it. So the information is out there, maybe just that not everybody knows what's available, but it is available more now than it was years ago. And
I think one of the things too that I would say again is so the Mohawk Council is doing this in terms of laws. It is generating or has generated and intends to, through some process, amend. But to me, I mean, the challenge needs to go out to the traditional bodies in the community to say,
I was just
okay,
going to say that, yeah.
you guys have to step up to the plate too, and talk about when you say citizenship, what does that mean? When we say somebody is Ngwehongwe, what does that mean versus somebody who is a member of the Ganyankahaga Nation? Because we need to, because this is a conundrum for us. And with that conundrum, it seems like we're out of time. We're out of time for this week's Straight Talk, but we'll be back. And again, this issue is not going to go away, and this will be an ongoing issue here. And I think between the fact that there's opinions, there is also convictions, and hopefully we will speak to that. Once again, anybody who has a suggestion for somebody that we have an empty seat and we would like to fill it, we'd like to have an elder. We also like that elder to be a lady, but a lady.
And if you have any questions or comments surrounding this show or any other show, you can call us at 450-632-NEWS. That's 450-632-6397. Or email us at mohawktv@hotmail.com, or Michael Stock Sr. at hotmail.com, or Jessica, her email will come up, or Ross, his email will come up at the end of the show. And once again, Nyawa and Onagiwai.
Ana.
Nyawa, Ona.